Yeah, all right, y'all, man. Welcome to the RNS show. We back at it again.
What up? What up? What up?
Yeah, man. Sunday, it's August 30th. We're doing this thing. You know what I'm saying? Definitely coming to you from San Antonio, Texas, man. The great state of Texas, Town, Texas, the Alamo City, whatever you want to call it. All right, and come from northwest side of town, exactly off Marbach Road. You know what I'm saying? So that's where we're at, and that's what we're doing.
Marbatch.
All right, so we got a good show going for you today, man. It's been a hell of a week, man. A lot of things happen, man. So we got a lot of things to talk about. But as we do, every time that we do this, man, we're going to get the introduction started, man. And to the left of me, man, I got the man with the plan, the man that does it all the time. My man, the catalyst, the man that holds it all together, Matt Deans is in the building.
What up? What up? What up? What up? RNS show live, baby.
All right.
We back.
To the right of me, man, I got the lady who keeps it interactive, keeps it going along.
What up?
Makes things gorgeous up here in the house. We got Hurricane Rocks in the building.
Hey guys. Hey y'all. RNS show, my Facebook.
Yeah.
And everybody's favorite resident know-it-all is definitely in the house. This the guy that legitimizes. He's the only one that actually got higher education in the building. We got Jimmy Neutron.
What up, what up?
The
Neutron.
man with no face is in the building, man.
What's going on?
Yes, sir.
So we got a full packed house. It's gonna be a hell of a show, man. We got to run down. I'm gonna run down real quick. We're gonna open this thing up because we got pretty much an open topic on the things we're gonna talk about today, man. We're gonna start off on a lot of things. Might seem like we're all over the place, but that's the kind of week we had everything all over the place week. It's been crazy. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna touch a little bit on Jacob Blake, the shootings, the Kyle Rittenhouse shooting and killing and murder. We're going to talk about the NBA protest and the sports protest that came along with that. Hurricane Laura. Everybody forgot it was a damn hurricane that went on.
Yeah, there's been so much shit going on.
There's so much stuff going on. We got hit by a whole damn hurricane. You know what I'm saying? And it seemed like it ain't shit. People just treated it like it was like a thunderstorm that came through here or something.
We didn't even get any rain, to be honest, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, but people are kind of used to it because it seems like it's happening. Remember, this is about the same time.
Every year it happens.
It happens around the same time. People are starting to get numb to it, which is kind of sad as well. But at least more people evacuated. They took heed to.
Yeah, I heard about that, and that's what I was about to just say. Is a boy I work with said, we had forgot about it, like you said, and he was like, yeah, my auntie coming down here because of the hurricane. Heard they got flooded out. And I was just like,
didn't even know.
people are getting flooded out?
Yeah.
Didn't even know.
There's disaster. He's like, yeah, there's a lot of disaster and damage, but I guess the preparation was a lot better.
Yeah, didn't even know.
Yeah.
All right, but as usual, man, we usually start off with a Facebook question of the day. And this one should touch home to a lot of you people, period, out there. But it's basically, how was your first day of school this week? Your first day of school.
Your first day
as school teacher, principal, counselor, school nurse, cafeteria lady. Because you had to be all that now these days. So how was your first day of school? Please chime in on that and fill in on us. Let us know. Definitely if you're hitting us up on the live or whatever.
What up, Johnny? What up,
Let
Tosh?
us know. Go on ahead and chip in. We'll talk about what questions and stuff you have on today, man. And we'll try to fill you in. But damn, how was your first day of school? Forget your kids. Kids think it's a vacation still. They think they still on summer vacation. Like, nigga, you in school.
Yeah.
Get on that computer, fool. Like, kids is hard-headed. Like, you are in school. Like, don't you want to call a teacher over here so they'll get right? Like, can you come over and just visit my house so
make sure he's home.
So
these fools will get right?
they actually first day of school was a bust because all North Side ISD, their online portal was like not working. It was a 504 error. So then they had to get relink it to NISD website. They had to do all kinds of stuff. some people could get on, some people couldn't get on. People were waiting around, refreshing, and still nothing. But by the time second day started, it was a lot better. They had links and stuff ready to go. I know it was very frustrating for parents. It was all over the news. It was all over on Facebook. But it was frustrating because, you know, they tell us that this stuff is how we're going to do it from now on, do things, the distance learning. But then it doesn't work. And then then they keep telling you to keep rechecking. So you're checking back every 10, 15 minutes to see if it's working. And you're like, okay, it's not, is it just me? Now I'm double checking my internet connection and, you know, and it's still not working. But,
what up, bro?
Let me get a shout out to Jennifer right now.
I gotta,
Jennifer Colbert's on the line right now. She's a co-worker of mine, definitely. And man, I got some serious stuff
I got
going
to,
on.
man.
Look,
It's just,
got me
I
on
know
his
y'all don't
camera
want to
right
just sit here and look at my boring
Yeah.
face while other people are talking.
Jesus.
Man, we live with the RNS show, y'all. You know what I'm saying? We back. Old school Ace, Hurricane Rocks. Yo, what's good? Let's get this on. Let's get it. What's up, Kevin? Let's get it on. Let's get it on.
So anyway, back to what I was saying before Matt went cameraman on the like he just ripped his whole camera off or whatever he had to set
I
up
had
with
to,
that.
man.
They were 30 minutes
It's
on that.
boring.
You know what I'm saying? They were 30 minutes
I'm not
on that.
expecting my audience to just follow me.
Yeah.
Tell them to tune into the
RNS
Oh, the
show.
RNS show. Oh, yeah.
That's
Y'all
crazy.
tune in. Don't look
That's
at
crazy.
this. Go look at that. Right. No.
Yeah, so anyway, so Jennifer was mentioning that she told me, and you know, I ain't got no kids in school, so I know what she's talking about. She said you couldn't get into the portal.
yeah, it's the portal.
Yeah, and I don't even know what the hell the portal is. That's some
Just got all the
sci-fi
That's
shit.
where all
Yeah.
what they
Shut
call
your
it is
ass
like
up.
it's the student
I think she's talking
portal.
about Harry Potter and shit. Like, what the portal? Nigga, like,
Stupid.
It's the student portal, and you gotta go. That's where you have all the access to all your links, your classes, your hack, which is the home access center for the students and for
Okay.
parents. Like all the information is right there that you need, and it wasn't working. So we couldn't log in. We couldn't get any of the classes where they have like their blocks of first period, second period, third period, and then you hit on that first period, it opens up that whole class. Like who's in the class. Who's in that class, what their assignment is for the day, like the Zoom link, and like all that information is in there. But if that doesn't even open up, you can't get into anything.
And you know whose systems and stuff didn't go down this first week of school? The actual professional homeschooling groups. Like I've never seen so many homeschooling commercials in my life. They log into this, you can homeschool your kid, all on your own, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
They didn't have no problems this week, last week, or next week. They're not gonna have no problems. So that's just kind of where I'm at. I think more and more people should look into homeschooling their kids.
And that's crazy
just-
because there was a point in time, when we went to school, we always wanted to be homeschooled just because we just wanted to be lazy, to be honest. Like,
But that's
and then
what we thought it would be.
and then now, this is what our reality is. Like, kids are homeschooled.
I mean, yeah.
Hey,
They're gonna have to
Terkessa.
get used to it and get.
We haven't seen you in a minute. Sorry, I wasn't trying to interrupt. I just see the comments over here on that side.
What up to
We just saw right now.
yeah, so we're also shooting this live on the RNS show, live on our group page.
Yes, sir.
If you subscribe to that, if you like that, you can actually comment on that page, and it'll show us on the big screen what you're saying. Right. So going ahead and continue the conversation. Jennifer is saying it's way too many people trying to get on and overwhelming the internet system when it comes to the portal.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, it's too much traffic.
Yeah, it was
It's
too
crashing.
much.
It keeps crashing it.
Because you're not equipped for that. Like I said, the homeschooling websites and curriculum that have been doing this before the
For
pandemic,
forever. Yeah.
they didn't have no problems. They with their service and all of that. And so I get what you're saying as far as it being the systems crashing and all that stuff, and that could potentially happen again, which is why. I feel like if we're gonna mandate the homeschooling for these kids with public school, I feel like we need to invest more money into the public school system.
Yes.
To accommodate what's going on, and as much as we hear about all these teachers having to dip into their own pockets to make sure that their classrooms are provided for, well, now that you are keeping your
Online.
kids home. So the parent now is going to have to dig in
Yeah.
and make sure
the internet connection. I mean, you have to
And you
have
know what?
internet, basically. Because
And
if
you
you don't have
have to.
internet, if you don't have internet, then how are you?
Child.
Yeah.
And you know what? On that, there were a lot of parents that actually sectioned off their homes that they posted pictures of like kindergarten class
Were
people,
around you?
right? They put like they went to like the school place where the teachers get their school supplies from, and they had like counting numbers on their walls. They had letters, alphabets, multiplication
Yeah.
things.
Yeah,
they had like
right.
all that stuff, and they had bookshelves, and they had their kids' computer stuff up. A lot of people went and bought those. Remember, we used to have to do the science project, and it had that tripod. It was like that folder or whatever.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
That stand. They have multiple kids in school. They each have their own computer, and they use those things to separate them. That way, they can focus on their work, and they're not like looking over there, looking over here, like kind of distraction. But people did really good with setting up their stuff like that. But you're right. Now it's the parents' responsibility to make sure everything is good. But think about it. They don't have to buy notebooks. They don't have to buy.
Why don't you have to buy that?
Well, because
how are they supposed to still take notes and
no. They
you still gotta buy all
can.
that.
But what I'm saying is it's not as you can buy one notebook. The kids can take their notes in one
Like
notebook.
when they do the school, because when they do the school supplies back in the day, they give you a list, but that's for everybody in the class.
Mm-hmm.
So now or for all of your 7 classes.
You remember you had to like buy for everybody.
I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. But just because now the classroom instruction has went from in class to now being at home doesn't mean that the needed materials should change. Like you should still need
a pencil.
Your same pens and pencils,
glue,
right?
Same
but
coloring,
the thing is, you're not
right.
But the thing is, you're not turning anything in. You're not. Because you're not. They're not the kids. The little ones maybe, but
all their actual physical. You're talking about actual physical projects.
Physical projects. So everything is done online now. All their science things, they're making them learn how to do.
You don't need paper.
Everything is online. Even the classes at the boys had to do a virtual locker. They literally had to go in, learn how to take the white behind out of the picture in like pics that you download online. They literally had to go in and learn how to take all that out, copy and paste the pictures into this virtual locker of the things that their sports, the books that they like to read, pictures of their family, their favorite song, like anything like that. They had to literally go in, learn how to take the white out from the back, and it was just that outline of that picture.
It's basically
and
making
then
kids be computer literate.
And then
if you're not, then it's like.
And then the same thing with Elijah had to create this brain, and the teacher wanted to know what was on his brain. All Elijah did was get a picture online of a brain, a human with a brain in it, like the brain show, and he had to literally put a line and type in what he was thinking. Add another line, type in what he was.
But
thinking.
he did draw it first, which was with a pen and a paper.
Right.
So we're not getting away from just to go about what you're saying. Kevin laughing at you. Not to get away from what you're saying.
Facebook just cut.
It's yes, they still need to take notes.
Yeah. But their notes are virtual. Like I know that it's something Elijah had to do, like take notes, and the teacher he literally had to put the notes in and email them.
They have a notepad, on there where they can take their notes.
Yeah.
And, all right, this is algebra. This is English. This is history. And all that. I just remember Mr. Havel's history class at EMP 7th grade. And he put that damn projector on, and we just had to write the note, copy the notes from the projector. I remember. That was the whole class period. It was just copying those notes and then reading off those notes and trying to commit it to memory. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know if that's the same way that they're still teaching kids. The kids now.
No, they're just emailing their notes to the kids, and then the kids they are on. They're not even on Zoom for nothing but 5 minutes. So there's actually no. What is it called? Lecture. There's not a lecture or nothing. All they're letting them know is like there's a link. You follow the link. Look at the notes that's already in there. It's a slideshow. Yeah. That's it.
You got questions? Email me.
I guess so.
It's really different. It is really different.
This might be the time for me.
What's up over here, Lino? What's up?
Lino.
What you need to get on the show
for?
What's good, boy? Well, y'all gonna let me on the show, that boy, Lino.
Speak his truth.
I know Lino
Well,
be cooking.
Jesus knew with me, man. Like, they knew to get my kids graduated and gone because I sucked at this. I sucked at school my damn self.
Yeah.
I sure couldn't help. I couldn't cheerlead my kids with this. I'd be like, oh, you don't want to do it. Shit, I don't want to do it either. Nigga. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'd have been bad.
Let me ask a question real quick. Do y'all think it's are we just to the point to where it's okay to just use calculators now? Like kids can just use calculators. There's no
Oh, yeah.
They've been
so-
using
writing
calculators.
it. I'm talking about
No,
remember when we
yeah,
used to
yeah,
have to
yeah,
write
no.
it down.
Kids don't
and,
care.
and remember they wouldn't let us use
Yeah,
calculators.
show your work.
Like you had to show the
your
process
work.
of
They use
24
calculators.
times.
Yeah, they don't
this.
figure out shit like that.
You know what I mean? Like, hey, I'm just asking
Yeah,
the question.
niggas don't use-
They let kids use calculators?
They don't use that kind of brain
Yeah.
knowledge no more,
They
nigga. Like,
use
you
them-
gotta
they
do
use
that.
cal- They have to
What
check
they
them
need
out.
to do, what they actually need to do, is actually teach these kids how to spell. Like, cause I'm tired of seeing all these misspelled words.
Yes,
and
man.
So,
I mean,
and
but how are you
proper
supposed to know how to
grammar
add when you
and
don't have a
punctuation.
calculator?
Like that's, huh?
If you, how you gonna add?
Well,
That's
add-
but you know what I'm saying. But that's
You
the
got
main
fingers and
reason.
toes,
But that's the
man.
same reason why we. That's the main reason why we learn how to do that is when you need a quick reference and you don't have a calculator or any kind of technology. This is how you get that answer.
The funny thing is the
I guess not.
teachers
I guess
are
so.
still learning this new way now.
That's true,
And
too.
they're telling
Yeah.
the kids to, okay, give
Bear
me a
with us.
minute because I
Bear
don't know
with
what
us.
I'm
Yeah,
doing. You know what I mean?
I sat there on one of the kids' classrooms and about 10 minutes at a time was the teacher just trying to get on, like get the
Figure it
program
out,
started.
yeah.
Yeah, whatever game it was started, she couldn't get it going.
I've been there before too. So
The other teacher had his kids run around in the background and shit too.
Yeah, they can hear the kids in the background.
For real, I was like, all right, well, shit.
And they got to deal with your kids,
I
right?
mean, because everybody's adjusting. Everybody's adjusting to this new paradigm, to everything that's going on now, and so it's a bit challenging for everybody, and, so at this point I don't feel like there's any wrong or right answers, like, because we're all trying to figure it out in a mass way. And as long as we're still trying to do it safely, you know, and that's the only reason why we're
in this predicament in the first place.
In the first place. The only reason I like going to school was for my friends. I didn't really go there to learn. My friends were there. And being suspended from school, it was boring. Being at home all day, even though when you're at school and you hate school and you're thinking, man, I'd rather be at home chilling. Nah, because when I'm at home chilling, man, I'd rather be at school, whatever. That was at least my mindset. And, the work was just the work. But, I learned while I was there, did what I needed to do. But as far as me loving school and wanting to go to school like that, nah, that was never the play.
Open it back up.
Oh.
That was never the play. It was always about my friends.
Okay, we're coming up on 20 minutes. We can take a break at 20 if you want.
All right, yeah. So I mean, definitely, we got a lot of outlets that you can actually use and fill in your opinion on that. If you haven't already, please join the RNS Show page or the RNS Show group on Facebook. Go right now if you can subscribe to our RNS YouTube channel. We take this show and we chop it down into a podcast that's very entertaining. Has a lot more effects and things with it. And also have other features that are offered on YouTube. So definitely do that. Yeah, so we're looking to come up to a short break right now. What we're going to do is we're going to get a little reset going on here. And we're going to come on with the next topics. All righty?
Peace.
Stressing, I just light it up. Just a different way to show you love. If they bring you down, I lift you up. You always run to me whenever they mess it up. Why can't it just be you and me? This could be so easy, but you run from me. If it's just right. rent a broken house to let you in. No, tell me what I need to hear. Am I allowed to be the one to touch you there? I'm not tripping, just wanna make sure we in the clear. Just tell me, am I the one, you the one here? Oh, if it's just right.
Welcome back, yo. You guys, appreciate it, man. The RNS show, we back in effect. We took a short break, man, but we're going back into our second topic and our second segment.
Yeah.
Want to start off by once again just letting you guys know, if you haven't already, please subscribe to the YouTube channel Omala Entertainment. We do this on podcast form. We actually do it as a podcast with a little bit more meat on what we're doing. We have some videos that we show, and we also talk about. We also just have a little more edited format to it. We are the local music launch pad, so I want to take this time to also let you know, if you're doing local music, live music, anything of that nature, we love to have your entries, man. If you know anybody doing it, have them send it to us. We like to feature them on the show, play the videos, and play the music here also at the same time. All right, so get into our second topic once again, or our topics.
Yeah.
Been a hell of a week politically, man, all the way from
What up, John? What up,
the
Lino?
week before, which was the DNC convention,
Tiff.
to the Republican National Convention,
What up, Jeff?
to the shooting of Jacob Blake, to the killings of Kyle Rittenhouse,
Yeah.
to the NBA protest that led to a sports protest.
Yeah.
I'm tired of hearing my own self-talk when I'm talking about this. And I even started talking about the hurricane that just ran right between Louisiana and Texas, like Earl Campbell did back in the 70s. Just ran right between them. So it's just been crazy. So you guys always feel free to chime in. I want to give a shout out to some of the people I have here.
Yeah.
Jennifer's back. Lino hit me up on here. He definitely on
Lino,
the main thing.
what up, boy?
Lizzie McCord Thompson is in the house. You know what I'm saying? So we got some people that are viewing, and definitely appreciate that. Who you got over there, Rox?
I have 3 people on. I can't see all of them, but I do see Stella from Lubbock. I got Lubbock people.
Stella! I got Jeff Davis, the Notorious. If anybody wants to reach him, just call 444-4444. You know what I'm saying? Tiffany Carter. Of course, my cousin, Nikita, all the way from Louisiana, Shreveport. Got my main man, John. See you at work tomorrow. No, I'm saying. And then now Alex Bryant. What's up, boy?
Hey, your cousin, have a chip in on the hurricane. Did she get hit by that?
Oh, I don't know. Nikita, I don't even know if she's still.
Okay,
We'll figure
that'd
out.
be cool if she could do that.
Okay.
All right, definitely. So we're just gonna jump right into it, man. You know, we're gonna talk about. We're gonna lead off with the Democratic National Convention. I don't know if anybody looked at that. They saw Biden and Kamala Harris and the whole things. Chip on that a little bit. What did you think about that? If you saw that, Jimmy, I know you looked at it a little bit, man. Give us just a little bit of feedback. What you thought about the DNC?
I mean, for the DNC, I thought it was okay. Being a virtual event, it went off pretty well. There were a few things I didn't. There's a few things, you know, I didn't kind of like that I thought that they could have, you know, looked at and went to a little bit in depth more with black issues, you know, but I understand, you know, we placating to everybody and we trying to grow the base, you know, and not just have black women, you know, dominate the Democratic Party. and steer it in the way that they want to. And I say that because I voted for Bernie Sanders, you know, in the primaries in 2016 and in 2020, and both times he lost to who the DNC felt would, you know, and people thought would be a better fit, Hillary and now Joe. So it's you know, we gotta pick between those two. I hear a lot of people talking about how much they don't like Joe Biden, you know, and the crime bill and things like that. But if you don't like Joe Biden that much, tell me how you feel about Donald Trump. Because that's kind of where I'm at right now. Like, you know, I wanted, like I said, Bernie Sanders to win the nomination and take this party and this country to a new place, a new plateau where we really can be, because I really think he's trying to get us there. But too many people have been conditioned to think that, you know, this Democratic and Republican, you know, because Bernie's an independent. He only went Democratic because, you know, he aligns more with Democrats than he does with Republicans. But he's really an independent. And we need to get away from this two-party system. I know I'm going off on a little bit more of a tangent here than what we're talking about. But we really need to get to that point. But right now we're in where we're at. You know, we can only play the cards that we're dealt.
Yeah.
So we have this electoral college. We have a two-party system. So it's either Trump or Biden. There is no other choice. It's either Trump or Biden. And so the reason why Trump is trying to suppress everybody's vote right now is because he knows that Republicans are going to find a way to vote for him. It's Democrats, it's us who will use any excuse that he provides to us why we shouldn't vote. Whether that's Joe Biden, with the one that we gave ourselves, or, oh, they closed down the polling station that's closest to my home, so I'm just not going to deal with it. You know, I don't want to stand in that long-ass line in this heat. I don't want to do this and do that. He's hoping that we do that. Because, again, Hillary won the popular vote, but she lost the electoral college. There was a few states that you know, she should have won that she lost, and that turned the whole thing. Well, now if everybody's against Donald Trump, which the DNC was a lot of, let's make the world a better place, get away from Donald Trump. It wasn't more so of what Joe Biden and Kamala Harris are going to do for the United States of America, you know, going forward. Basically, what they're saying is we're going to stop everything that Trump is doing, and we're gonna you know, make it better and fix it, and then COVID's going to be here, whether it's Trump or Biden.
Yeah.
But
What up, Brian?
who is actually trying to do something to combat this? You know, Trump has told us since February this is going to disappear like magic. We're still waiting for it to disappear. You know, Biden says, hey, let's have a mask mandate universally so we can stop this shit like every other country in the world. Let's just put a mandate on all of our citizens and say, hey, nobody can do nothing because this virus, we can't figure it out yet. And so now all these other countries are out, you know, they're opening back up. They're, you know, getting back to things. We are, you know, we're still trying to figure it out, which is a problem. So the DNC didn't go far enough for me of what we can be and should be as a nation.
You being mean, Jennifer.
But I felt like it was good. It was productive. The RNC this week was full of lies. Like they just lied a lot, and that's what threw me off about them, because I have some, you know, conservative principles, even though I vote Democrat. I have conservative principles, so I was eager to hear what Trump was going to do in the next 4 years, what they were wanting to do. But they lied so much about what's happening right now. And then he said, hey, if you like this, the best is yet to come.
Coach
and I'm just like,
Hines.
whoa.
What's up,
if I
Coach
don't like
Hines?
this, then the worst is yet to come. That's how I took it. So, yeah. So we only have two choices. Exercise your vote. I personally
Big George,
don't
man,
care
I'm
who
glad
you
you
vote
signed
for.
on,
I just
brother.
want you to vote.
I sure am, man.
Everybody
Love to
that's
hear your
chiming in
opinion.
right now that has an opinion, if you're not registered to vote, please delete yourself. Leave a comment. But if you are registered to vote and you are planning to vote, I don't care who you are voting for, vote. And then my next question to you is, who are you voting for in these local elections?
That's
Because
where I was. That's exactly where I
where-
was coming from.
That's
Why
where
is
we can
we're-
really combat some change.
We're really focused on the presidential election, but
Because
me and
that's
you
big,
talked
because
about
that
the
is
other day
big.
was the main reason why you need everybody to vote is so we can get more involved in our local
Exactly.
officials,
Exactly.
who we
Yeah.
actually have working for us
For
directly.
the Senate and the
Yes,
House of
who we have working
Representatives.
for us directly.
And your local
Your
black
judge.
people, your judge.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes,
Yeah,
yes.
your police chief, your sheriff's deputy, all of that. Like we need to take into account
Yeah.
who we are voting for on the local.
Yeah, that's where police
side,
reform really starts,
So
right?
that's so that we can be the ones who say, hey, look, are you willing to do this? Are you willing to do that? Okay, well, I'm willing to vote for you.
And I'm gonna be honest with you. I think that's probably why we're a little intimidated because I'm like I've said before I've never voted. I'm going to vote this year. I'm going to
Big
vote.
Reg, man.
But one
Good seeing
thing
you,
that
brother.
used to kind of intimidate me is that I
Chime
felt like
in,
my
man.
vote
Let me
didn't
know-
matter
let me know
because
your opinion.
it was too high for me to reach. Like I'm not. They don't hear me, but
But they do.
people here can hear me. I can go see my governor, or not my governor. My
you can go see
I could go see
And your senator.
my senator. You know what I mean? I can go see my police chief. They're here.
They can.
I can touch them. They can affect me directly.
State, yeah.
So maybe they need to say that more because they don't really advertise that more. Like when they do talk about voting, they don't really tell you.
because they don't really want you. They don't really want you to vote. Like they, because you might just follow the crowd. You might not go and do the research and think for
Right.
yourself and figure out which judges are sending black and brown boys to jail at a bigger disparity than their white counterparts. Once you see that and you're able to see, okay, well that judge, yeah, they keep sending these people to jail for
They're not-
this,
yeah.
but not them.
Yeah,
Okay,
and
well,
they did
let's
the
get
same
them
thing
out.
or whatever. Yeah.
But same thing with your police chiefs. As
Nate,
well.
baby.
They're allowing
Good seeing you,
for
Nate, man.
unarmed
Appreciate you chiming
people,
in, brother.
Unarmed black and brown people
RNS,
to get shot down.
the RNS band
Unarmed people to get shot
is
down
in the building
and no
on the
accountability
RNS show,
to the
man.
police force because
Right.
there's a
Yeah,
police
yes.
union
Yes.
or whatever.
Yes.
Okay, well let's get rid of that police chief and maybe we
I'm
can
just sitting
Please
here
chime
looking at
in.
my
some change.
Real quick, I just
Go.
want I want everybody that's been watching. If y'all want to see this whole show, y'all join the RNS show, man. Y'all can see everybody here. Man, Jimmy Neutron, Old School Ace, and
Not
Hurricane
see me,
Rocks.
just gonna hear me go.
Feel free to comment though. Nobody's commented on here. Y'all can comment. It's not just me. Y'all comment and I'll talk about it and we can address it. Just to let y'all know real quick, my man Jimmy's on the road.
All right, and let me all segue. No, that's good thing we starting talking politics, man. And local politics is definitely important. You know what I'm saying? That really comes out to be important. All my people watching, man, everybody looking around, man, chime in on that if you want to. But we're gonna go ahead and move into Jacob Blake a little bit. That happened this time. At the same time, the artists aren't the Republican convention, the Democratic convention is going on. Young brother got shot. You know what I'm saying? Jacob Blake in the back. I know everybody's got their opinion. Once
Right.
again, a police shooting's got the country in turmoil.
Yeah.
And on top of that,
What's up, Nikki?
a young man decided to take out an AR-15 and he committed some crimes behind the protest that went behind that. So it's kind of
Rittenhouse.
two things that are going to be happening that are going to coincide and be linked together, to the end of time. That's crazy and definitely tragic.
What up, Tony?
So everybody that's hitting us up, man, definitely chime in, man. Let me know your opinion so I can give you some shots. If you want to get a scene on the big screen, hit us up at the RNS show or the RNS show 210 group. We love to do that. But Rox, you ain't talked in a minute, man. You want to go in on Jacob Blake a little bit, your opinion and what you think
Join
about the whole
RNS
situation?
See the whole show.
So Jacob Blake was shot 7 or 8 times in the back from trying to break up a fight between 2 women. And I'm not sure what the police call was or how the police even got called out. I know that we haven't heard anything about that, but I'm sure it had something to do with somebody fighting, right? And there's a black man out here. So then whoever called the police, cops come out.
Yeah.
And they take it upon themselves to chase this guy to his car and shoot him in the back 7 times. Now, I know there's a lot of different stories out there where people are saying, well, he went to reach for a gun or he had a knife. Out of all of the videos that I have seen, I didn't see not one of those things, a knife or a gun. Either way, he was facing away from them. Go.
Real quick. Who leaves their kids in the car that's not planning on leaving? His kids were in the car, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, were they just in the car the whole party? Or you can't leave your kids in the car, right? Okay, obviously he's trying to leave, or he's not gonna leave his kids in the car if he's planning on doing something bad. I'm just being honest. It seemed to me that he was ready to leave, and he did not want to be stopped from leaving. Because I've heard little inputs on, oh, well, they tried to stop him and stop him from what? Leaving? You came here. You're police. You got called. You see a bunch of black people outside. There's a dispute going on, or there's obviously they couldn't control it themselves, or else the cops wouldn't have got called. You come out there to de-escalate a situation. Most of the time, you tell people to leave. This is what me and Rox have had this conversation where when I used to go to parties when I was younger, they would raid parties if we were too loud, or if they seen too many cars, too many people outside, whatever the issue may be, they would come and they would tell us to leave. That establishment. Y'all need to leave.
Just go.
They weren't arresting people. They weren't tackling people. They definitely didn't put a gun out chasing people. I'm just being honest. So I don't really know if it's about an age thing or what. But when you're coming to de-escalate a situation and that person decides he's going to leave, let him leave. That's solving the unless you saw him, unless you see a reason of why you needed to stop that person and arrest him, other than that, you need to be trying to make him leave. So when he's leaving, I think you're doing your job. So why are y'all stopping him from leaving now?
Because they already had their guns on him. They already had their gun drawn before he started walking across the...
Telling him to
the
stop.
other side.
And I'm like...
From what the girlfriend said, or the baby mama, whoever she was, she stated that they shot a taser at him. And the taser didn't affect him. Like,
What up,
he just
Jax?
kind of pulled the taser out and kept moving. I don't know if he had a knife or whatever. In these heightened times, though, I feel with your kids in the back seat of the car, I don't think he saw those guns drawn on him. Like the way it looks from the camera angle,
Yeah.
it doesn't look like he saw that there were two guns drawn on him.
I don't think he would have
as
cared
he was
anyway.
walking to the car, because he doesn't look back. He just walks
Yeah.
to the car. And then as soon as he opens the door and leans in, the cop just grabs him by the back,
Yeah.
pulls him back, and then they
just-
start shooting.
But you got to shoot him 7 times.
Did they ever find a weapon?
Yeah, they said they found a knife. They said they found a knife on the floorboard, under the floorboard, because people are saying he was holding the knife on his way back. People say, so maybe he dropped the knife there when he opened the door.
Let's
I don't know.
let's
I don't
go back,
care.
because
he shouldn't have been shot 7 times.
there
Like,
was
that's
so many
much.
videos. There
Like,
was so many
I
videos
don't care.
online of different videos that I had seen from different white men chasing cops with knives.
Yeah.
Chasing cops with knives,
Yeah.
still haven't gotten shot.
Stealing
Elroy
their
McCoy.
patrol
What up,
cars.
Still in
Elroy?
their patrol cars.
Elroy
shoving
says-
a police officer down on the ground. The police officer stumbles, gets back up, and still doesn't shoot. Then the guy gets in his patrol car and tries to take his car, but he still was not shot. That's a problem.
Because they're not a threat. They're not a threat to.
But you coming at me with a knife? How are you not a threat?
Because I'm black. If
So
my
your
skin-
color of your skin is the threat.
my
It is
skin-
not what you
my
have in your
skin color
hand.
is the threat.
It is the color of your
that's
skin.
the threat to your life. You're black. You're an animal. You'll do anything. That's what they thinking. You'll
I
do
just
anything. But this white guy, he obviously got mental issues. Something's wrong with him. I need to take care and caution with him because something's obviously wrong. But here in San Antonio, I don't even know the brother's name, but he had the mental issues.
And he was shot.
And he was shot and killed. And he had
Yeah,
a registered gun.
Mm-hmm.
But he had the mental issues. He shot and killed. Why are we not out protesting for him right now?
Because it wasn't even on the news like that. We don't even
Exactly.
know who he was.
But the family knows, and they put it. And I'm sorry, I don't know his name. So if somebody does know his name, y'all can chime it in so we can at least say his name too. Because again, these are situations where if it's a white man who is in that same predicament, same situation, he has an issue. Let's get him help. But
Yeah.
because it's a black man, now he probably on drugs or whatever. Let's shoot
scared.
first and ask questions later.
What I think, because I know we can't stay on this topic forever. What I think, this is what I think. The one thing that would help.
Plus years we've been on this
One
topic.
thing that I think would help, and just to give Elroy McCoy, this Brandon's brother, he said shooting someone in the back is against the law. That's been shooting one in the back is against the law that's been since the Wild West days.
Sure, yeah.
But
Against the law.
anyways,
yeah,
That's real.
that's real though.
But nothing ever happens to them.
But where I'm at, where this is possibly like to help is, okay, me and Rox were talking about just like lawyers, judges, they have to go to school, they have to get educated, they have to qualify in order to get their job. And I'm not saying I don't really know the process it takes to become a cop or a fireman or
But I know it
anything
ain't
that
4
protects
years.
people. But I don't. Okay, I don't know what it is, but just like if you want to be in the NBA, you gotta have a qualification. I mean, I'm just saying. I'm just using it. That's an athletic.
Nurse.
But
Like
okay,
nurse,
a doctor.
If you want to go.
Okay,
A public
we
servant,
can do
if we're
that.
talking about
We
that,
can do
that's
that.
not-
But I'm just saying, my thing is that, okay, I do a moving company for my living, right? Okay, when I very first started, and I don't know if Chance is still watching, but he knows Jimmy, Fat Jimmy. Hold on, he actually tried to help me. This dude's like over 300 pounds. Okay, he tried to help me, and he didn't last that long. I eventually we kind of came to a common ground on this wasn't the job for him.
Yeah.
Okay? Which means that he wasn't really qualified for the job. It ain't really for you. Okay, so when I was going back and forth with one of your partners on your little post, I'm like, I play football. Maybe it's easy for me, but tackle him. I saw a picture of that dude. That dude's not that big. I think I could take him down. I'm not that big. Do you think you could take him down somehow, some way?
Yeah.
Went back up with your partner behind you? With a heater on you? I'm just saying, because me and my boy Wes, we were just talking about this too. We've broken up fights in the club. We've helped out. Like, it's a civil it's not, cops aren't the only people that are trying to restrain or de-escalate situations. I've ran a club and had to de-escalate a situation plenty of times. I'm just saying, and there are times you gotta tackle people. I'm just saying, but I've never had to feel like I needed to shoot somebody. So
bouncers are the best example.
exactly.
Of that because
So
they steady,
if you
throw
feel
niggas out the club
and
never shoot nobody.
and I'm just saying, Coach Campbell was one of my favorite coaches. Drop your butt. You know what I'm saying? Shuffle your feet. Watch the waist. You know what I mean? Get your head across. Hit him in the numbers. You know what I'm saying? Pump your feet when you get in contact. Pump, drive.
Yes. Come on,
Wrap up. Don't arm tackle, nigga, but get in there. I can show you how to tackle. Watch the waist. I mean, what are we talking about here? We're talking about
police officers need to go through
taking somebody down.
at least a year or two training.
Just
Because,
I know a lot of niggas that could have got that dude down.
I'm with Stephen A. Smith on this. I don't think they need more training because we've seen them not shoot and kill white people.
Exactly.
They don't need no more training.
It's an intimidation
No, we just need to weed out the bad. We need to weed out those cops.
Yeah.
They should never even be cops in the first
Yeah,
But
place.
even
and that's where I'm
It
coming
should
from
take
too.
longer.
It's just the
Take 13
qualifications,
months and all
exactly.
that. And
Because
you
if
have to
it's
pass
harder
a
for
psych test or
if it's
something.
harder for
Some
you to
other
become a
test or
cop, then you may think like, you know what, maybe this isn't for me,
It's
and
not.
that's okay.
Exactly.
And that is okay.
Exactly.
And not everything for everybody, bro. It
But
isn't.
if you really want it and you're really gonna live by and work and ride by the books,
Yes.
and be the a good law abiding citizen
Yeah.
as a police officer, and not feel like because I got this badge now I'm 2 steps over
I'm
anybody
entitled,
over
yeah.
here,
And-
and then I can just say and do whatever.
Yes.
No, stop that. Like, you really should be protecting and serving your community. So
Yeah.
do that. And if you do encounter levels of aggression, handle it. I get it. There are some people who want to do harm to the police. And
Yes,
I'm not with
there
that
are.
either.
Yeah.
I'm not with that either. But I don't want police officers to feel like they can do whatever the fuck they want to do to a black, brown, or white person and feel like they're not gonna there's no consequence, there's no harm that's coming their way. I've seen stories of police officers who have picked up females and then raped them, and all of that stuff, and the female is scared to even go and say anything because it's a cop. And who you gonna believe, the cop or this?
That's what's going on with that 4 Hood shit going on right now.
That's what I'm saying. Like, so I'm just saying, there should be some more screening going on for how.
And this is what I was gonna say is when I did collections. Chance, you still watching? We did rent to own. I did collections, right? Collections sucks. You did rent to own. Old school Ace, he's the one that taught me rent to own. Collection sucks. And you know what? You have a choice to say, I don't think this is for me. When people, there are people that are cool, that'll pay their bills on time. There are people that'll cuss me out. There's some people that wanted to fight me. There's some people that pull guns on me. There's some people that spray me with water hoses. I had to come to agreement with myself if this is something that I want to do.
Come on.
Okay, now that's what we mean about the process of it. Maybe they need to do some collections because I remember it used to get hostile out there, and I'd be like, "Damn, like I got to be able to de-escalate this situation as a collector." I remember when I first started, I used to escalate situations because I was immature. I'm just being honest. I would approach a situation and be like, I would meet their anger with my anger. You know what I mean?
Then we talked to Jake.
Oh yeah.
Because he said when I come to the situation,
I need to match your escalation.
I need to be above it. He said,
yes, I need to be above it.
That's why I asked him the question, like, well, hold on.
Yeah.
You're the one that's trained. You're the one that's going to protect the center. So why are you meeting or not meeting it? You are overly aggressive.
Pierre Abernathy was the guy who was murdered by the San Antonio police. That's what Elroy said.
Yes.
He went to J. I think I spelled his name wrong though.
Pierre Abernathy, I know him personally.
DTZ.
That was my partner, and I cried when I found out that he died. Like, and then the manner in which he died. At the hands of the police. Like that is something that still haunts me and thinks about me today. Like, it's just like that. It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense for something like that to even be going on or happening because they are here to protect and serve.
Right.
And so when they encounter a situation or somebody who is not fully capable of understanding what is exactly going on because of the mental state that they are in, there needs to be somebody else that's with the police officers or that comes out in place of police officers for those situations.
Right.
Which is what that situation was.
Like a psychologist or...
There was no reason for him to die. There was no reason for them to even pull any guns or any tasers out on him.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
I mean, because sometimes I've seen people... I've blown up in stores before. Mm-hmm. I've lost my cool before and have left somewhere and they just... Sometimes you just need to let somebody go.
Yeah.
I don't think if you would have let him go, he would have went out and hurt anyone. Because, I mean, my whole thing is your whole reason of restraining the man, feeling that you needed to pull a gun out and restrain him is because he was a threat of some kind, right?
Yeah.
So, if I don't think he would have been a threat if he would have left. Mm-hmm. So let him leave. What's wrong with that? Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? What's wrong with that?
I mean,
And Kevin, my bad, real quick. Yeah. Kevin said, "Yeah, it's funny when you're called a civil servant, but you felt validated to do things that civilians can't do. You should be following the same rules."
Yeah,
no, you should be held to a higher standard because this is what you wanted to do. No,
civilians wouldn't.
You chose this line of profession, like you're saying, with the with the repo man, with the collector, or whatever. You chose that line of business.
Yes, you
so
choose it.
This is what you're gonna encounter. Mm-hmm. As a police officer, you're gonna encounter some bad dudes.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean that every dude is bad.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And you bring this animosity from who you just last encountered.
Yeah, you can't treat everybody the same.
Person,
and you can't treat everybody the same.
Stop, and that's my thing. I can't say anymore that I've never met a good cop because I got partners who chose to join the law.
Yeah, I've met good cops. So, my auntie's a cop. My auntie's a retired cop.
But listen,
I had a partner whose dad's a cop.
The only good cops that I know are my friends who were my friends before they were cops.
Oh, okay.
And then they just so happened to join that profession.
Yeah.
So I can say now, I know some good cops because they were my friends before that.
Yeah.
But before that, I've never encountered a good cop.
I've never had a good encounter with a cop
Before, and so
wait, one time, and I was on the east side, and my car broke down, and I was in the middle lane with my emergency lights on. I remember an older white cop had pulled up behind me, and I was like, "Fuck!" And all he did was say, "You need help?" And he was like, "I can help push you off the road, and this and that." All he did was offer me help. He was an older white guy too, but also, I mean, I don't know. Maybe the veterans, or I always feel more comfortable on that side of town, to be honest with you, because it seems like people are used to and accustomed to seeing people like me. They don't feel threatened or uncomfortable when I walk into somewhere because everybody black on the east side. You know what I'm saying? Everybody black that works everywhere. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know.
But everybody's human too, and I just feel like you should just afford me that same respect that you do that old white lady or that young white male.
Yeah.
Even though you see me as a middle-aged black man, like. I just want to be afforded that same courtesy. That when you look at me, you don't see fear. You're not threatened. You're not, you don't want to go to the other side of the road or whatever.
Okay.
So that's just me.
All right, yeah. So I mean, a lot of content, a lot of things to be said, but I mean, those are strong words. Definitely, man. If you guys are looking at this, please chime in. Feel free to comment. If you're not part of it right now, join the RNS show
What
group
up, Caesar?
or the RNS show page, and you can comment there. The show is being shot live there. We're going to take a short break for the pause for the calls. We're going to do that real quick.
Yeah.
And we have a third segment coming up. We're going to continue the conversation we have now and then finish it off with a couple of touching moments we've had this week.
I miss you too,
All
baby.
right,
I can't wait to see y'all.
Break.
We're going to take a break. We'll be right back.
Be right back, y'all.
Ball so hard, motherfuckers wanna find me. High stakes, high times. Ain't no need for reminding me. I'm trying to be in the Gulf, on the way to China. Engulfed by vagina, mind state on economy. I kinda see to live scurry, hoes, no honesty. Honestly, these rappers getting buried, finding me. They tell me speak my mind, but I can't find nobody minding me. I'd rather keep my mind. It's easier to speak my mind to me. If hip hop died, I would call it perfect timing, cause I'm so fresh to death. Check the stitch and the line, and it's speaking the lines. I'm probably 3-in with mine. Adi dies on the feet. All day I dream about survival. My eyes on the sea. Forever fleeing the lies of these bitch niggas. They choking, go get them a lozenge. I'm Ebola to these weak rappers. Ricola. The money coming when the week's over. The hook coming when the speech over. But I ain't done yet. Them haters mad, man. You ain't having fun yet. Shit, I'm just with my dogs and my faux pets. Your girl only came cause you haven't made her come yet. And all I hear is yes like kings. And all you get is nods like queens. Steady trying to do the right thing, no Spike Lee. Why these bitches trying to spite me? Probably cause I'm hot boy, juvenile with a sicker style. Fuck a milli, I'm just trying to get the sixth style. Trying to see them dead people like the sixth sense. Click full of misfits, no misprints or typos. My niggas stay in trouble when fucking with white hoes. I roll another blunt up and see how the night goes. Kinda getting late, knowing that I got that tunnel vision. Justin Timberlake, I'm rolling up that timber. Let me demonstrate. I kill a beat, kill a bitch, eat it like a dinner steak and won't even remember it. I'm on one. Matter of fact, I'm on two. Never gave a fuck, fool. I don't even own one. Never gave a fuck, fool. Like I never owned son, except all in my balls, except all in her jaws. She says I'm an exception, she accepts me with my flaws. The man I am makes up for the inception I would cause. Not at all, no progression with the laws that the governments try to impose. My niggas smoking public, getting loud at the shows. Ball hard like that nigga that play for the Bulls. But don't call me Derrick Rose, more like the Derrick that rose from nothing into something, managing to stand ground. A real man never let one of his mans down. I'm taking off my crown if I see my mans down. So I suggest you niggas stand down, man up. I don't wanna be poor no more. I don't wanna be poor no more. I don't wanna be poor. I don't wanna be poor no more. I don't wanna be poor. pole no more. Cause I'm the man now.
Oh, Mala, 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 Mala. All right, y'all. Welcome back, man. We took a little pause for the calls.
What up?
Just see what was going on, man. Get back situated, the whole 9 yards. We're gonna jump right back into it here. But if you haven't already, subscribe to our YouTube channel, Omala Entertainment. We do this in podcast form, where you can see the finished product once edited and everything. So sign up with that right now if you can. If you haven't already, sign up to the RNS Show page, RNS Show group, and Facebook, man. That's where we do this right here. We'll jump back into these current topics, man. Going to jump back once again. We were finishing up with Jacob Blake. So we're going to ride into something else that happened around there, which is the Kyle Rittenhouse shootings or killings that happened also in lieu of that. And we're also
of the protest, right?
for protest, and we're going to also touch into the NBA protests and the sports protests that happened because of that. Just, I'll lead off a little bit on Kyle Rittenhouse, and you guys can chime in definitely. If you're looking at us, you can definitely chime in.
Cliff.
We know how fucked up a situation that was. We know that. I took a perspective from a father's point of view because I got two sons, and I was trying to wonder what would take it that my 17-year-old would think the world's so fucked up that he has to grab an AR-15 and go shoot somebody in another state. Like what possessed him to think that the world's that messed up? I posted something early on Facebook that said this dude should have been just trying to figure out how to get into Becky Sue's pants. That should have been his biggest problem in life. Or graduating next year, or having to do homeschooling, whatever the hell.
Yeah.
So what led him to the point where he decided to take a automatic assault rifle and run into a dangerous situation, even if they were just a night on the town?
He was going to I can't remember the state that he lived in, to Illinois to Wisconsin, right? Yeah. Which is not that far of a distance
at all, like
23 minutes or something like that.
Yeah.
But his claim was that he was going to that state to protect businesses because of the riots or whatever, the protests, right?
Help clean up the community. That's why you see
the
picture of him cleaning the graffiti.
Okay.
Right.
That's what he.
That's
what his motive was.
That was what he did.
What up, Tito?
That's what he did before, in his own state, right?
No.
Or was that was during the day there? Okay.
Wisconsin, yeah. And they are saying, just as recently, because his lawyers have put out a statement, and they are saying that the AR-15 that he had did not travel state lines, meaning that he did not leave his house with the AR-15 when he left Illinois. He was given that by the group that he met up with or linked up with in Wisconsin.
They don't want to make it a federal crime.
Because that will make it a federal crime. Because he was too young to even have a gun in the state.
And he had fed time.
So they was like, hey, whoa, whose gun is this? Because that's his gun going across state lines, and then you used it to kill two people. Yeah, but now his attorneys are saying that the gun that was used in the incidents did not travel state lines. That he got that gun in Wisconsin.
And then they're not charging him as an adult. He was in juvie. He wasn't even in jail.
He's being charged as an adult. He is.
Is he being charged? As they changed it?
The two homicides that he's been charged for as of right now. Yeah, he's. Been
so they did change it because it was that he was.
His defense is that this is self-defense. That he was defending himself.
Well, my thing is like,
how are you defending yourself walking around with a weapon that you're going into?
Because he's saying that I didn't use the weapon for it. I didn't use the weapon until people started attacking me. People attacked me. I defended myself.
Are they an open carry state over there?
Wisconsin, I'm not 100% sure, but he's 17 years old, so it
Yeah.
doesn't even matter.
I'm
He's too young to
gonna
even
go to
own
a
gun.
Have a gun,
protest.
yeah.
He's too young to even own a gun.
But I'm
in the
gonna go
state
to
of
a
Wisconsin,
protest
so
with a
that doesn't
gun,
even matter.
and then trip when somebody like how does it even make it
And
sense?
again, I'm just telling you what his defense team
Yeah.
came out
Yeah,
with
yeah.
Doesn't mean
about
it's
an hour
true.
ago.
It's just you know what I mean. It's like
Yeah, you can read the whole statement for yourself because I read it for myself, and so I'm just kind of giving, throwing out the points as we're talking here because I read it and I was just like,
I don't
wow,
bring dancing shoes
Wow.
to a dance not to dance.
wow, that's.
I came to dance,
But
bro.
they're saying, but hold
You know what
on.
I'm saying?
They're saying that he didn't come to dance. He came to clean graffiti and do this.
So then why
and
you
then
carrying the
That's
weapon?
what I'm saying. Why you got
Hold
dancing
on.
shoes?
Clean graffiti and defend the businesses that can't defend themselves.
Okay.
So they got a call to defend a local auto shop because the auto shop had went up in flames, and so they were the owner of that auto shop was trying to defend his last 2 or 3 spots, and so Kyle Rittenhouse and his group went to go defend that, and then during that time frame, they deterred a lot of people. And then maybe an hour later, he went up the road to the second spot that the guy wanted to defend, and that's when all hell broke loose.
Yeah.
And he couldn't get back to where he was going from, and then on his way back, that's when the shots rang out. Because all hell broke loose first, and then they say he, vanished or whatever, and then he started running, and then people was running after him because he had shot at somebody, the person who got their arm hurt.
Yeah.
He said, yeah, because he shot at him to defend himself, and then he took off running. And then when he took off running, people were chasing him, saying, hey, he just shot somebody. He just shot somebody. So in that
And that's when he shot
people
two.
started hitting him.
Uh-huh.
And then a dude with a skateboard came and, boom, knocked him upside the head with a skateboard. And then he fell to the ground, and somebody tried to take his gun, and, he shot that dude that tried to take his gun. He shot him. And then the dude that hit him with the skateboard, he shot that dude too. So those 2 guys are the 2 guys that died. The other guy at the beginning that got shot in the arm, that's the 3rd guy that everybody's talking about. And then after those 2 guys died, everybody that was screaming and running towards him, once they heard them gunshots ring out, they stopped and ran the other way. And so that's why he was able to get up from shooting 2 people and then run towards the cops with his hands up, and all them cops just passed him by. Asked him, do you want some water? Hey man, just get back. We're trying to go figure out who, there's 3 people who have been shot up here. We're trying to go figure that out.
No, little did they know it was
I'm
him.
the guy that shot him. I'm the guy that shot him. Yeah, no. Get out the way. Get back. Stand back. Hey, do you need some water? Huh. All of that. So that's what happened. That's...
You know what's crazy to me about that whole deal when I look at it, when I look at that picture? Why did you have on
gloves.
nitrile gloves?
Because I don't need my fingerprints anywhere on this, because this ain't my gun. If their story is true, hold on. Great question. If their story is true, I did not take this gun across state lines. That's why I have gloves on.
Okay, but I'm not
Because
gonna use it. Why
This
do I
is
need
somebody else, because this is somebody else's AR-15. This ain't mine.
Baby,
this is
is
somebody
how I
else's.
Yeah.
So
This is somebody else's.
So there's an interview before the shooting.
What, Adrian Ortiz?
Yeah,
Big
Adrian
Daddy
Ortiz,
says,
and then
an interview before
Yeah.
the shooting?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
uh-huh.
Oh yeah. Where he's talking about what he's out here to do. There is. And look it up for yourself. Adrian Ortiz puts a great point out there. Yes, there is video of him talking about what he's out here trying to do and protecting and serving and blah, 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 blah. No, sir. You're 17 years old. You should be at home. At home. With no gun.
Yeah.
And you should be just
Only
looking
guy
at
you should
this
be
on
playing with is on
television.
Call of
You
Duty.
can't,
Come on.
You can't take that into your own hands, bro.
Exactly.
It's dangerous, and somebody
Exactly.
could get hurt.
And somebody did get hurt.
Okay. I
3
mean,
people.
I mean, but
2
if
people
I'm
lost
carrying a
their
gun,
lives.
He
if I'm
knew
carrying a gun
exactly
for
what he was
protection,
doing.
I ain't wearing latex gloves, bruh.
If it's your glove, I mean, if it's your gun,
yeah.
you're not wearing.
Well, I mean, he's 17, so none of them's his gun.
No. But no, because he lives in Chicago. He
Yeah, I
lives
know
in
that.
Illinois, so
Yeah.
he got guns.
So somebody probably gave him them gloves. Like, if you had to shoot somebody,
Look at all the pictures of him with when he's holding his guns before all of this happened, and you won't find a picture of him in gloves when holding his guns.
Right.
yeah.
The only reason why I believe that, okay, maybe it wasn't his AR-15. Yeah, he has a picture of an AR-15, but maybe this wasn't his because he knew I can't carry my shit across state lines.
Right.
But if I get over there and
I
somebody
don't wanna
gives
get
me
caught.
theirs, and then I wear these gloves to make sure that if
They can't trace it back to-
and so happens some shit should pop off, ding ding, and I can just get rid of these. I can give you your gun back. I can get rid of these gloves,
And I'm
everybody's
good.
good.
Adrian says the video shows self-defense. Also shows him interview before the shooting, along with him being hit by several people. He was trying to run to the police line.
Mm-hmm.
Those two guys also had a rap list that was.
Who
long.
cares about their rap list? Why do you care about their rap
He
list,
said
Adrian?
that boy was crazy.
Why do you care about why do you care about the victim's rap list, Adrian? They're no here to defend themselves. They're no longer here to defend themselves.
And that's the same
So,
thing that happens.
I don't care what their rap sheet is.
That's the
They're
same
no
thing that
longer here to
happens.
defend
They go
themselves.
quickly
But
to go pull up
it's not like
somebody's rap
he knew
sheet.
that while they were chasing him. Those
Yeah.
are strangers.
Yeah,
Hey, you look like you up.
my story
probably-
is, again, why is he out there?
Why is he out there?
Yeah.
At
To incite
17 years
violence.
old.
To incite violence.
Yeah, why is he
That's
out
why.
there?
Because it was a peaceful protest in the killings of Jacob Blake. And then nobody died until Kyle Rittenhouse got out there and killed two people.
But here's the thing. If people are messing with businesses, call the police.
They have called the police. The police is out there, they ain't doing
Oh,
shit.
Okay, so then what are you? If they can't do nothing, why do you think? What are you, the Punisher, nigga?
17-year-old
Hey,
Are you the Punisher?
Hey,
nigga?
wait.
What are you talking about?
Vigilante. You're a
Then
vigilante.
you,
Uh-huh.
For
then
real.
they-
Vigilante.
Real quick, man, before we get off this, but check it out. Do you know they were talking to the chief of police that had happened?
What'd he
And
say?
somebody had sent in and said, why don't you deputize some people to protect these things? And he said, because shit like this had happened. That's why I don't deputize nobody. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Exactly.
somebody's gonna end up getting killed.
Yeah, I'm going to have citizens out there who's going to make bad decisions because
Yeah.
they're not trained right.
Yeah.
Basically
Yep.
is what he's saying.
Exactly.
So, I mean...
And that's exactly what happened.
What happens every day?
All right,
Listen,
so,
without anybody's permission.
let me put it on this. I'm gonna shoot it to you, and this is gonna think of this perspective. What do gang members do with younger members? How do you join a gang?
Yeah, they either get jumped in or they make them prove themselves. They have to get
And how do they prove
initiation.
themselves when they're
Initiation.
younger?
Yeah, shooting
Shooting somebody. Why do they make the young guys shoot somebody?
Because they're not going to get caught up.
They're not gonna get caught up. They're gonna get tried as a juvenile. So, somebody in this dude's head, hey, you know what? I need you to go down there. You want to prove
Some
yourself?
KKK something.
Well, I don't know what group it is. I'm
Or
just saying.
whatever,
But don't
yeah,
that fit
yeah.
that same mentality,
Yeah.
though?
Okay.
Don't that fit that same mentality?
Yeah.
It's just too perfect. You got gloves. You got a weapon. You from outside of the state. We're going to put you in this situation. And if you get caught, what's the worst going to happen to you? You underage. The same thing gang members tell people.
He did get caught, and what happened?
Yeah.
He got $220,000 already raised for him on the
Exactly.
GoFundMe to
Exactly.
get him out.
Exactly.
Yep.
Jesus.
He got a whole bunch of people calling him a hero.
Yeah, it's just too, it's just too perfect and too animated that this guy is the guy that was there to do this. And people can say self-defense, whatever, blah, blah, blah. But the question you got to also ask yourself, why was he there?
Yeah, no. Self-defense is a great, hey, look, it's either you or me, and it's going to be you before it's me.
What
So
up,
I understand
Dom?
self-defense.
Clarence
That
Bell,
wasn't
we're talking
self-defense.
about Kyle
That wasn't
Rittenhouse
self-defense.
right now, man.
But,
That
bro,
wasn't self-defense.
Yeah.
dog, if everybody had that same mentality, then it'd be war. I'm just being honest. If you're gonna say it's okay for that boy to have that mentality, then that's saying it's okay for anybody to have that mentality,
No,
which means
you-
that I can have it.
You can't have that mentality.
I'm
'cause you're
just
black.
yes. Come on,
So
man.
you can't have that mentality.
Yeah, I
He
mean,
can have that mentality
Yeah.
because he's
I'm gonna
white.
go. Every
That's
police
why you
call.
got- yeah.
Remember me and you talked about that? Every police call, I'm gonna go, and I'm gonna make sure that it's done right because of the history. There's proven history, facts that situations get out of control, and that a black man or whoever doesn't have an alibi. So every police call, every police car, I'm gonna follow them. Citizens' duty to protect. And that's exactly what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna drive around, and then I'm gonna have a gun and be like, I'm just here to do my civil duty to protect, sir. nigga, you will be shot, nigga.
Yeah, because
They will shoot you.
The police will tell you that you're not allowed to follow them, and you're
Yes.
not allowed to.
You
to
can't take the law
videotape
into
them,
your
and
own
you're not allowed to-
hands.
Yeah.
You cannot take the law into your own hands. And I don't know what kind of citizen arrest
And
you were
that
trying to
kid
make.
just did.
I don't know what
He
kind of
tried- no, he
citizen's
tried
arrest
to.
you
He
were
tried
trying to
to,
make
yeah.
or protect or whatever. Nigga, that's not your place.
It's not.
Period. It's just not your place. You gotta know your place.
The fact that just segueing, the fact that the Milwaukee Bucks were the first ones to boycott and protest the game in that manner, it was cool, but it wasn't. Because I'm kind of with Charles Barkley on this, because it kind of put all of the rest of the players in a bad light. Because if the rest of the players play, it makes them seem like they don't give a fuck. So they
Right.
had to, whether they agreed
It
with
forced
it or
their hand.
not.
Yeah.
Yeah, they kind
Right,
of
because
had to.
they walked off at the start of the game, right?
They didn't even walk off. They just didn't show up to the court. Like
Okay.
they was in the locker room.
Yeah.
Oh,
And they just didn't walk out to the court.
Okay.
And so that's when everybody realized.
Yeah,
okay,
the other
they're
team
not-
was out there shooting around.
Oh yeah.
Exactly.
Orlando.
The other
Or,
team was
who's it?
out. Yeah,
Orlando.
Orlando Magic. They was out there shooting around, getting ready for the game.
And then they went
And
back
then they
into
realized, okay, they're not coming out for
That's
the game.
the video that I had seen.
And so Milwaukee stayed in the locker room for
What
the
up,
duration
Rich?
of the game, but.
Brother back home.
I think that was a little bit insensitive to the rest of the players in the NBA to not at least tell
Communicate.
them, like, what's going on.
What you
So
got? What
we
y'all
could-
got on y'all's mind?
Because
Yeah.
they wanted to forfeit the game. Milwaukee wanted to forfeit the game and just give Orlando the win. But Orlando was like, no, nigga, if we say we're gonna take the win, then that means that we don't give a fuck about
Exactly
the
what the
Yeah,
that means
yeah.
that we're not
and if they
backing
take
you
the
up.
court after us, then that means
Yeah,
they don't give a
yes,
fuck about the shooting.
yes,
No,
yes.
And that's when they went into that
You
couldn't do
meeting
that.
that they
Yeah.
had
Yeah.
between the
Yeah.
players,
So,
right? Whatever.
Yeah.
That was kind of messed up, but I love what the Bucks did. I just don't like
The
the way
timing.
that they did it.
The timing of it. Well,
Not
because
even
I can see
timing
the
of
other
it,
way
because
of it, Jimmy. They wanted
It
to.
was, no, because it was that quick. It was that
Oh, shit,
soon in
Please
in
edit that.
between. So from when that happened, up
Adrian
front,
dropped his phone.
that.
Adrian always got some
I'm
problems.
Dun, dun.
But yeah,
All right, yeah,
Nah,
but basically,
I
and
agree with you though.
and that happened 4 years to the day that Colin Kaepernick took the knee.
yep.
You know
Crazy.
what I'm saying? So it's just crazy how that all lined up.
Like coincidence.
Hey,
Mr. Karma.
Yeah, she don't.
here's the deal, and it's funny, man. There's a lot of ways I can go this. To black people, sports and entertainment is probably one of our biggest industries and our biggest money makers. That's
Oh,
pretty
yeah.
much kind of where it is.
Sure, yeah.
So people are going to be able to hold a political crunch up against the entertainers and the sports people. I mean, we can go back and name them: Muhammad Ali, Jim Brown, the brothers, Bill Russell. They got a good story on Bill Russell. The brothers that the 1968 Olympics that put the fist up. Anytime a black athlete wanted to talk about political change and reform, they've been crucified. LeBron James, shut up and dribble. I heard an interesting story I want to share real quick, and I didn't know this, man, but I heard this, and I heard it on TYT, Young Turks. I follow them, and they have some
They
good
go
stuff.
hard.
They had a story about Craig Hodges back in '92 that he actually protested at the White House when the Bulls won the series. He went to Magic Johnson, he went to Michael Jordan, and told him we should use our stage as a political thing, and they both turned him down. They told him he was crazy. Found out that the Bulls then dropped him and basically blacklisted him. He never got back in the NBA.
Never played in the NBA again.
At the time,
Okay, go ahead.
At the
I'm sorry.
time, he had won the 3-point shootout, which
What he
he's
did.
only won it 3 times, like Larry Bird. He won the 3-point shootout and all kinds of good stuff. And like he was like the top-notch shooter really in the league. He won the 3-point shootout. You like the man in the league.
Come on, and let me just side note this. So, like he said, he got blackballed from the league, right? Well, NBA All-Star came around that next year,
Yep.
and they said, "Man, we can't have an All-Star, a 3-point champion who can't defend their crown because they're not in the league." So Craig Hodges said, "Well, shit, I'll shoot in a 3-point contest. even though he wasn't on the team, because he's the defending champion,
Yeah.
guess what he did? He won the 3-point contest again. And still nobody signed the motherfucker.
Yeah.
Stop. He got blackballed.
Wow, you got
Yeah.
blackballed.
But we didn't, you know, at that
He wore dashiki to the White House.
and asked the president of the United States for some real systematic change. That's what he asked for.
The first Bush.
And got blackballed from the NBA.
Got blackballed from the league, man. You know what I'm saying?
Just like Colin Kaepernick.
Yeah. And then
But Colin Kaepernick was what? 20 years later? 20
Pretty
something
much.
years later? Because that was 92.
92, yeah.
92,
Which means-
93. So this is 20 something years later that Colin
And
Kaepernick
it's still the
came.
same.
And
Still
he's-
the same.
he-
still
all he
the
did was
same.
take a knee, asking for the same thing that Craig Hodges wore his
Well,
dashiki to
where
the White
that?
House for.
asked for the same thing Muhammad Ali was asking for.
Asking for the same thing Jim Brown and Bill Russell and them was asking for as well. Like,
Yeah.
And then they're wondering why now it's the way it is now with people
you know,
protesting and
Martin Luther King did say nonviolence, nonviolence. Malcolm X said by any means necessary. And both of them niggas got assassinated. Both of them got assassinated. So what do we do?
right.
So what do we do? Like Jake said, well, I don't think burning down shit is, well, y'all ain't hearing me. Y'all
Right,
ain't
right.
listening. So this is why we burning shit.
Yeah.
Are you listening now?
Yeah.
Do you want to hear
now
us
we got
now?
your attention.
Okay.
Yes.
This is
Yes.
non-violently. This is what we want.
Yes.
Do you want to help us? Yes.
Yes.
Yay or nay? Yes or
Yeah.
no?
Yeah.
No. Okay. Well, now we're burning shit
Yeah.
because
MLK did it. He can't do it no better than that, dog. Like
Yeah.
MLK
Yeah. Yeah.
we did it. We
can't
tried it.
be no more nonviolent.
John
and
Lewis,
everything.
we are trying to pass a voting law act right now in 2020. John Lewis just died a month and a half ago, and he was on that bridge. He was at the march that 57 years ago, just 2 days ago. We are celebrating the March on Washington. John Lewis was there. He just died a month and a half ago, and we're still trying to get the same things passed and legislated and just known for the future that he was fighting for back then. Like, come on, come on, guys, come on,
well,
come on.
it's just
What are we doing?
It's so
Yeah.
it's ugly, because the police were created to
The
find.
police were created to find slaves. Find
And that's
runaway
it.
slaves.
That was what the police were. That's what their
And this is
their
what, and
ground
this is
was
what
on.
they have
Is for them to find.
evolved into.
Now it's killing black people. There is a picture that has from 1800s slavery till 10 years
1920.
ago, and 1920 to 2020. Got slashes.
I posted that.
You got
yeah.
Yeah,
You did.
no, I know.
You did. And now we got bullets in our back. We had slashes and whips, everything on our back.
Technologies has
Across the
changed
neck.
and
I
shit.
understand, man.
Nigga, there's
Now,
gonna be lasers in our back and
we
shit
got,
in about
uh,
another 20 years, nigga.
Political
Lasers.
And now we got
when
The
they
weapons.
when they gave us
Weapons advanced.
listen
bullets in our
when
back.
they gave us our own land, when they said, hey, you niggas go and do what y'all gonna do and just don't interrupt white culture. We went to Tulsa, Oklahoma, and we said we're only gonna spend our dollars amongst ourselves, and we're gonna build and create a community that loves and respects us. And then we thrived and flourished. And then them poor white folks that couldn't thrive and flourish in their own society, that told us, hey, you got to get the fuck out. You can't. They saw what we was doing, and they was like, how the fuck? What the fuck? Why the fuck? Is that not me? And so instead of going out and trying to better yourself and do better for yourself,
They come
nah,
take
fuck them. We need to stop all of that shit. All of it.
And had the law behind it.
And had the law behind it.
Exactly. And that's where we're at.
Because you saw people who was more prominent living life than you, and you thought your way. No, I've been taught my whole life that this is the way, and they're just dumb animals, and they can't do anything. So yeah, let them go kill themselves over here, and now you see a thriving community, Tulsa,
Yeah.
Oklahoma,
Yeah.
which is still there. Tulsa's still there, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's still there. What do you know?
Yeah.
But do we tell the story of Tulsa?
No.
Russell Westbrook, he's about to do the documentary on it. Thankfully, we've already seen. If you haven't seen Rosewood, you need to go watch Rosewood because that was before Tulsa, but that was the precursor to it. We have a community, a thriving community who can survive on their own if you just let us do this.
Right.
Hey,
Leave us alone. Let us do
Hey,
our thing.
let me chip in real quick because I'm getting some good topics, man. Shout out to Clarence Bell
Come
III,
on.
man. He's been hitting me with topics left and right, but he's talking about, he's following us here, man. He says QT headquartered in Tulsa. I don't know exactly what QT is. You know what QT is?
I'm not.
Quick Trip, nigga.
Nah.
Them niggas is putting up
It
gas
probably
stations
is. It
everywhere.
probably is Quick Trip.
Go.
The same city that killed Black Wall Street, as he filled in on that. But he's also talking about a lot of things that's going on. He mentioned the 13th Amendment,
Yes.
which made everybody
legalizes
convicted of
slavery.
slave. Exactly.
Yeah,
And
legalizes slavery.
and we need to practice group economics. We have everything we need
Man, that might be the next conversation
Yeah.
because
to rescue ourselves. I mean, so he's been going strong right here.
Yeah, he said the gas station. QT the gas station.
QT the gas station. That's what he's saying. His headquarters out of Tulsa. That's what he meant.
Okay.
All right, so I just didn't want to say that. Matt said it jokingly, but I just want to sound like I was a dumbass and said it. So I let Matt say it, but that's what I thought, though. You know what I'm saying? I want to go back and take credit. I thought that first, though. That's what I'm saying.
Gas station.
Shout out to Clarence Bell, man, bro. I appreciate it, man. You know,
Appreciate you, Clarence.
definitely, man. I
That's
always,
love, bro.
you know, Clarence, man, is one of these brothers. I don't know him personally, man, but on Facebook, we be holding it down, and he be holding it down with me. So I'm glad he jumped on here, man. As part of our conversation, man. And
Drop some knowledge. Appreciate
drop
that.
some knowledge
Hell
on
yeah.
that,
Appreciate
man.
that.
So,
Yes, sir.
That's what we're looking for here.
Definitely.
Real nigga shit.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, we
so-
can go on and on and on about this topic for ever,
Days.
forever, for weeks to come, and it's not going to stop because we're not going to stop speaking
And somebody
our
else is gonna
voices.
die.
We're not going to
And
stop
police.
talking about it. We're always going to keep it in everybody's head, you know.
Yeah,
if
believe
you
it or not,
agree
yeah.
or not, if you agree or disagree, we would
Please.
like your input,
Yeah, exactly.
comment.
Yeah.
Let us know how you
Don't delete
feel.
us. Like,
Don't
Yeah.
bring the input. Adrian,
Bring it.
Ortiz.
Argue.
I
Let's
appreciate the
argue.
input.
Definitely, Clarence.
just
man.
have a
Just
good
hit me up, man.
argument,
I always
not
like to
where you're
hear
calling
some
out names
ideas,
and
man.
shit.
So,
yeah,
We
reach out to me, bro.
educated,
Tuning in, bro.
argumentative
Yeah.
type of person.
Subscribe
Maybe
to our
we can get him
YouTube
on the
page,
show,
Jamal
too, so he can
Entertainment.
express some more.
See back here. You can watch the whole show on RNS.
So here's the funny thing, man. Earlier we were talking before the show, and we kind of made a joke because we started this thing back up, a couple of months ago, back on July the 4th. But we did it almost a year and a half, almost 2
Yeah.
years. And
Yeah.
guess
2
what?
years almost.
From our hiatus to now, we still talk about the same shit.
We are. We are.
You know what? I thought about it. The last dude that we probably talked about was my man in Dallas that got shot by the female cop. Remember, that was a big topic. Bo,
Did you see Bone or
Bo, I know.
Bone?
It's not a typical brother name. We know
I'm
that.
sorry.
And I'm
Yeah,
sorry we can't
I-
remember
yeah,
right
I
now. I ain't got my
remember
notes
that
on.
name, so-
But it was just funny when I thought about it
Both.
because we took
Johnny
almost
both.
about a year off. Almost a little
Almost.
bit. And that was our big topic then.
And then when we came back,
And we came back. We right back on George Floyd and rolling right back in everything else. And like we never left.
Breonna Taylor.
Yes,
Like
same
we
shit.
didn't
Breonna
take
Taylor.
a break
Same
or
shit.
nothing at all.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? It's just,
Ahmaud Arbery.
it's a shame that we have that much content to talk about continuously.
Yes, for an
That
hour
one,
and
Jacob
30
Blake,
minutes.
Like that, yeah.
Yeah.
We have way too much. We
Yeah.
have way too much content.
And we missed a few.
No, we've missed hundreds.
Yeah. So it's just crazy. Rox makes a good point, man. These are good topics to talk about and other topics, and definitely
Yeah.
sometimes we actually do have fun and play a little music. We're gonna do that, but we talk about that, and then when we have events going on, COVID shut down everything.
Yeah.
We talk
Man,
about
real
events.
talk.
So we're not just a
Back
one.
out there, yeah.
We're not a one-trick pony to where this is what we do.
Yeah, I know.
We're not a one-trick
Yeah, we normally
pony.
have
We
guests.
actually
We
do
have guests
more.
come on the show as well.
Guests and everything. But here's the deal. These are some important things that
Check
we
out
need
the
to actually
Obama
talk about in the whole 9 yards. But we need your feedback, so we like you to chime in. And we set up a podcast that you can watch throughout the week, and you can share with your friends and family if you think what we're saying is important.
Go to our YouTube.
And that's on our YouTube channel, and it's under O'Malley Entertainment. I'll show you real quick. O'Malley Entertainment, that's the mother company right there, the RNS show.
sir.
So go to O'Malley Entertainment and you can see our last episodes we've had. You can see episodes that we did a year ago.
Yeah.
And see where we're actually doing that now. You know, I was prettier back then, but you can still watch the show and definitely do things like that.
Prettier back.
You know what I'm saying? But nonetheless,
Let's edit that.
yeah. But nonetheless, we got the footage for you if you want to hear that and talk about that.
Yeah.
But on top of that, the RNS show page on Facebook, which also leads to the RNS show group. Please join and sign into those, definitely. All right, so before we get out of here, man, we just want to kind of talk because this has been one crazy week.
Just this week.
Yeah.
This is just all this happened this week,
All this that we talked about.
and we like up to
this
Wednesday
week.
right now. We ain't even got to the weekend yet.
We haven't.
You know what I'm saying? But, you know, we about to sum up the show and start closing things down. So I don't want to leave anything out because, like I said, we can go back and forth on this all day
Yeah.
long.
Yeah.
But we also want to talk about Hurricane Laura. They just ran through
Something like
Texas. You know, we want
Prayers
to
and everything.
prayers and
Yeah.
everything. Get a
Prayers
shout
out
out
to
to
the
that,
families.
man, because we had a
Prayers
whole.
out to the family.
We almost had 2 hurricanes hit us, but
Yeah, what happened to the other
one,
one?
that one, you know, that
It
just yeah.
It died out.
it did what COVID was
Oh,
supposed
okay.
to do. It just dispersed it been nowhere. You know what I'm saying?
So if
And
you
when I
know
heard Lake
anybody,
Charles, everybody from Lake Charles, that area of Louisiana, I hope y'all got out because from everything that I heard, Lake Charles is underwater.
I heard it was bad. I heard it was bad, but I really didn't see too much because of all this stuff going on.
Because of how Laura shifted. Because at first, Laura looked like she was coming into Houston and then making that shift to Louisiana. That's
Right.
what everybody was thinking. And then Laura kind of shifted to where it was, I'm just going to get the light part. It was like Houston, Beaumont, like East Texas.
Golden Triangle.
Right.
You
Golden
know,
Triangle.
it looked like it was going to hit that, but when it actually made landfall, it only really made landfall in a little bit of Texas, and it wasn't that big of a landfall presence.
It wasn't a major
And,
populated
yeah,
area.
but in Louisiana,
Yeah.
It was more in
messed
Louisiana.
everything up, going all the way up to Lake Charles, and they're
Yeah.
I'm hearing that they're gonna have to rebuild. They're gonna have
Wow. So, you know, prayers out to them, man,
Yeah.
because that's definitely something major. And I know in this crazy world, like I say, we haven't even talked about COVID today.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's just crazy that like
life is
so much
weird.
craziness is going on, man, to where we can continue to show and come talk about it. And
Yeah.
I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing.
Well, it's a good thing. It's a good thing that we're able to be here and you know to bring this to to the masses and to people who want to hear and
Yeah.
want something different than just that. But
That's the whole thing, you know. We turn news we went from entertainment to news real quick. Also, I'm Rox. I'm gonna let you shoot this out because I know you haven't talked that much today. But let's talk about the recent deaths that we had this week, and let's finish up the show on that.
yeah.
R.I.P. T'Challa. Chadwick Boseman passed from stage 3 colon cancer. Nobody really knew about it. And
that was
his,
crazy.
believe it or not, he's had it for several years, since 2016.
2016.
And none of his people told anybody.
Yep.
They were that silent about it.
It was that loyal.
They were that loyal to him. You know, he from 2016, all of the movies that he did from 2016, being diagnosed with colon cancer, he did Black Panther. He did the show 21 Bridges. I really haven't seen. I think I've seen one episode, but I haven't really gotten into it. But he did Civil War, Infinity War, Marshall, Endgame. He did Gods of Egypt, Message from the King, and The Five Bloods. So all of those
That's all 5 Bloods.
movies and shows he did while fighting colon cancer, going to chemo, losing weight. You know, I know that he did have a troll out there taking pictures of him saying that he was a crackhead and like he was on drugs, but you know,
Yeah.
didn't even know that he
I'm
was
serious.
sick.
It was yeah.
That he was sick. You know, I wonder how he feels now. But you know, he was such a good actor, and you know, reading about him and those kinds of things, he didn't play a typical role of a black man, like a crackhead, or you know, that they put black people in movies and stuff. He played heroes. He played you know, men of power, like like Jackie Robinson, right? That's his name, Jackie
Yeah.
Robinson, a baseball
Yeah.
player. No, what was that movie?
James
40?
Brown.
What is it? 42.
was Jackie Robinson.
He played James Brown, very
Yeah.
iconic man.
Yeah.
You know, he played.
Yeah.
Larger than life roles.
Yeah, he did.
Yes,
Larger than
and
life.
it wasn't.
Thurgood Marshall.
He didn't
Yeah,
play
that's
video.
Marshall
He
versus
didn't play roles that made
That's
him.
Supreme
That
Court
made
justice.
that made it a degradation of black men. He made a very powerful, you know, and you know, I've seen kids posting videos or parents posting pictures of their kids having funerals for their toys. You know, they have all the
Yeah, I thought that was
you
dope.
know,
I thought that was dope.
Me too.
and they're crying. They're very sad because that is a black hero, a superhero that those kids looked up to. That they could say like, oh, he's black like me. I can be a superhero too. They looked up to that, you know, and that's what hurts is.
And I also saw some discouraging posts in regards to Chadwick, only because people were saying, you're saying that Black Panther died, not that Chadwick Boseman died, and it's not the same. Like, these kids understand, they recognize him as Black Panther, so that's where you see the emotion coming from. When they get older and when they're
Yeah,
ready to
then
understand and
that
comprehend,
he's a
He was actually
Yeah,
a
That's
person.
like Christopher Reeves as Superman.
allow them
Yeah.
to have their emotion
Yeah.
about Black Panther.
But
dying.
teach-
Yeah,
That's who they
yeah.
got there.
Yeah,
Superman.
Somebody might have seen him in 42 or Thurgood Marshall and thought he was, hey, that's what I remember him from. But he was also black. Okay, cool. But there's a lot of kids out here who only know him as Black Panther,
Right.
and they're grieving right now.
Mm-hmm.
Let them grieve, like,
Yeah. That's
because a lot of people are
right,
trying
yeah.
to,
You need to tell them the truth.
them
Yeah.
that it's the actor that died and not the character. Stop.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah,
Stop.
let their little
Stop.
kids' heart ache a little bit
Yeah,
for
yeah.
some.
Stop.
Yeah.
Well, check it out, man. Like, the only black person I could be with in Halloween was Darth Vader back in the day and shit. That was only Darth Vader, man. This nigga with regular clothes. You know, nigga to get the whole
Mr. T,
costume
you
back in
could've
the
been
day.
Mr. T. You could've been
Nigga get the whole costume,
Or
nigga. I got the mask.
what is the other one? What was he wore?
Right.
What was his name? He wore
I don't
underwear.
know.
He wore the underwear.
You want to
What was that?
Meteor Man or-
Meteor Man.
No,
I ain't that young.
Blank
Nigga.
Man.
Oh, Blake.
That Daryl was. That
Nigga, I was a
Daryl
grown
for
ass
Halloween.
man when Blank Man came out, nigga. Like, no.
Yeah. What
Darth
about Robert?
Vader, nigga.
Mr. T. Mr.
Not even
Yeah,
Mr. T, nigga. No, nigga, I was like 15, nigga. I was around like Mr. T,
He
nigga.
said I had. He just had
Nigga,
the
you wore
Darth Vader
costumes in
mask
high
and
school,
regular
nigga. I ain't want no
clothes.
Oh, that's you, nigga.
I was a leftover.
I was
I
even-
wrapped myself in.
Well, you was a leftover.
I wrapped myself in.
You was still
foil.
trick or treating at 15,
I
nigga.
sure was.
All right,
And I
you
was-
know you was stealing candy, nigga. It's a big difference,
Well,
dog.
you
Big
know, hey,
difference.
I don't steal, so that's why I wasn't stealing candy. I was still going out there.
I want to hear about this leftover costume that you had.
Oh, I wrapped myself in foil, and I went as a leftover.
That's the brokest shit I ever heard in my life, nigga.
Hey.
That's broke, nigga. I thought I had the brokest shit in the world, nigga.
Well, if anybody can tell me,
Nigga
if
read
anybody can
toilet
tell me,
paper
A lot
on
of
the
foil to
phone.
buy though, so there ain't that
Said
much.
I'm a
Your
leftover,
mama was
nigga.
mad at you for taking all that foil.
No,
Yeah.
I had my own job.
So you bought your own goddamn costume. Now see, I'm too damn old to be trick or treating. I'm gonna buy me a costume,
Niggas just
nigga.
tricking, nigga. There was
Yeah,
no
nigga,
treating,
nigga.
nigga. You're just tricking.
I would not gave him shit,
You're just
nigga.
tricking.
I wish that nigga would have walked up to my door talking about that shit, nigga. Like,
I got
what?
plenty of candy.
Get your big ass out of here, nigga.
Nigga driving around trick or treating.
I'd have gave that nigga a job application, nigga. Like, here you go, nigga.
For context,
Trick or treat, nigga.
I'm sorry, audience. For context, I did have my nieces with me. They
Oh,
were
that changes
dressed up, so I needed to be dressed up. I just dressed up as a leftover.
That was hilarious.
But I got candy.
Well,
too.
we didn't get the story that way,
Well,
nigga.
yeah, I know because we weren't talking about the whole story.
Yeah,
we was
nigga,
just
'cause
talking
I,
about me.
Yeah, you sold that all the way wrong, nigga. Like, I'm thinking you walking up the doors and shit. Like, nah,
By myself?
nigga, yeah, by yourself.
In foil?
You know, I gave you my trick would have been advice, nigga. Like, nigga, stay in school, nigga. Yeah, my trick, nigga. Like, get your big ass out of here, nigga. Trying to eat candy, nigga. Like,
So
you
also,
Dude.
to get back in the RIP shout outs,
Oh.
y'all know more about Cliff Robinson than I do.
I'll chip in
and-
on that.
and
Oh,
Luke
Cliff, yeah.
Olson.
I'll jump on the sports
So,
side. Of it.
the
Cliff
RIP
Robinson,
to Cliff Robinson and Luke
NBA.
Olson.
Yeah, that's more on the sports side. We lost Cliff Robinson, man. I'm
Man,
I'm your resident dude that was actually a grown up in the '90s and actually saw him play. Everybody else is just YouTubing them and shit. Yeah, well, Jimmy's old ass too. But nonetheless, man.
He played my Pistons.
Yeah. Cliff was a bad boy, man. And they say with him being a stretch four, if he would have played in this era, he'd have definitely been killing it, But he played in a different era.
He got a max
He
contract.
got a max contract. So
Cliff Robinson.
original brother with the headband. He was one of them that rocked that
original
headband. The original headband, brother. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Like we did
I
it in
remember
that.
we
We used to wear headbands in the
Number
'90s
three, come on.
as
We knew
style.
about that. Like,
Yeah.
he was known for that.
Yeah, nigga, we used to wear that shit in style. That used to be part of the style, nigga. Wearing the head. My hair was always too big for that shit, nigga. Man. Brought up too much attention to my forehead. I couldn't do no shit like that. And Luke Olson, man, like basketball fans that know who he is. I mean, he's a prominent coach of Arizona, man. He brought the Wildcats to the table, man, to the dance, and
only national championship he won.
Definitely
Mike
a shout
Bibby
out,
and,
man. Definitely a shout out.
Jason Terry and
Really?
yeah.
Sean Elliott, dog. Don't
Miles
say it,
Simon.
dog. Sean Elliott, the damn Arizona Wildcat.
Sean Elliott was a Wildcat. He didn't
Yeah,
win
no,
a
he don't
championship.
win no championship.
He didn't win a championship.
What up?
Steve Kerr.
What up, Elroy?
He didn't win a championship. But,
So no, big time coach, man. So we lost all of them this week also, man. I mean, and I'm pretty sure there's some other people that we're not naming, but those are the big three that came out. So just to wrap up a crazy week.
Oh, I want to say one thing though.
Crazy time.
8/24 was Kobe Bryant Day,
Oh, yeah.
so that
August
was
24th.
also last.
Man, R.I.P.
Yeah. That's gonna be. But when was Kobe born? What's his
8/23
He was born.
on August 23rd. His birthday was August 23rd.
Yeah.
But 8/24 his number, so that's why they made it
Because that's why
Kobe Day.
Because August 23rd is gonna be the actual memorial for Kobe because it's the day that you die. I mean, the day that you were born. Excuse me, not the day that you die. Because I told my mom her birthday was gonna be forever a R&B hip hop, day of memorial, but it's really not. Aaliyah died on August 25th, and I didn't. No radio station here in San Antonio
I
played
did
Aaliyah.
not know that.
So I'm hoping whatever her date of birth is, that we're gonna play some Aaliyah because I was looking for it on August 25th,
Yeah.
the day she died, and so that's kind of how I felt about it. But everybody wants to immortalize people, on the date. 8/24 is cool because he wore 8 and 24. His birthday is 8/23. Okay, so if you want those 2 days to, whatever. But
Those are gonna be the 2 days of
I
memorial
would
for
just
him.
think, I would
celebrate.
have
Yeah,
thought it would have
celebrate.
been,
But yeah,
They
Kobe Day is
Yeah, it would be
8/24.
of remembrance. But
They did put a picture of Kobe and T'Challa together
on
on Facebook, which was pretty dope. And then also, so there was side by side, and then there was another one where
Kobe had the mask on.
Kobe had the mask on at the basketball game, and he's doing this to Chadwick Boseman.
Yeah, Kobe
had
put the mask on.
For what?
Because old boy showed up to his game.
To the game, and he was on the
He was
floor.
on the first
and they did
floor,
it together.
and he put Kobe had put the Black Panther mask on and
Yeah.
did that shit with him.
I
I know. I
Yeah.
didn't see that till she showed me that.
That
shit.
was
That shit's
such
tight.
a-
I thought
Pretty
you were talking about the
picture.
Victor Oladipo one where he put the mask on and then dunked.
Oh, no,
No.
not that one, not that one.
This is where Kobe is.
Damn, I forgot Victor Oladipo did that too.
Yeah, because that's the one I see. I haven't seen the other one. Y'all talking about.
But there are a lot of pictures going around with them two together. And
2020
then,
is just going to be a year for a lot of people in the world to remember about the people that we lost. And there's 86,000 people who died.
Yeah.
I was just telling my mom this the other day because we were grieving about Chadwick. We were grieving about him. And I told her, well, you're saying these are good people because we know them, because they're famous. And we
Right.
know these people who have died who are famous. But there's 186,000 people who died of COVID who are good people.
I know one of them.
Who are good people who were not
Shout out to
talking
Slim,
about.
dog.
And so
Owner of the
now-
Club Supreme.
In 5-10 years, when we're all talking about the people that we lost in 2020, there's going to be over 500,000 people.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Over a
not just the
million people,
celebrities.
Not
over
just
a billion
the-
people who
yeah.
have
A lot of
in
people lost their
2020.
lives this year.
everybody in 2020 is gonna be saying, man, I miss you, you know.
It's gonna be like where you at when 9/11 happened. Where we at 9/11?
Where were you in 2020
Man,
happened?
I can tell you exactly my story at 9/11.
That's a whole other show.
Yeah,
That's a whole other show.
That's a whole nother
I was gonna wrap this thing up, man, because you know we being black and running over time.
Just talk to them.
We want to thank y'all so much for joining the show. Here, there,
Sir,
everywhere.
sir.
So we got our stuff. But
Yeah, before y'all get on it, man. Like I said, once again, man, subscribe to the YouTube channel.
Subscribe.
O'Malley Entertainment is the YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Definitely.
oh, my
Sign up on our Facebook page, the RNS Show, and the Facebook group, the RNS Show 210, man. All right. From mine to yours, man. We'll see you next
Good
time.
night. Love y'all.
Peace.
Love you.
Peace.